All right, everybody. So there has been this like viral post going around on X, and I decided to make a video about not the post. We're going to talk about food differences, snack differences between the US and Europe, but this is kind of what sparked it all. So we got this post that came from Nix Loves Cotone. What the name is that? All right, Europeans log onto Twitter and say some like Americans don't have bread in grocery stores with 100% seriousness. Like, what are you talking about? I don't think this guy really understands like what is going on with the bread in America. So this person, this post, by the way, has 5.6 million views on it. It says these are on almost every supermarket chain here. This is what we mean when we say you don't have bread in your grocery stores. And it's got some beautiful bread here, which yes, we do not have bread like this, quite like this in our grocery stores. I've said to you guys before, we do have sections in our grocery stores that do have bread very similar to this, like fresh baked bread. And it's just not a lot of people buy that kind of stuff though. And I think this is one thing that like a lot of Americans don't understand is that en masse, the 85% of people that go to grocery stores buy like what you guys call cake bread. Meanwhile, you know, only people like myself or other like health-wise people go over and buy the fresh bread. So anyway, I thought we would hop in and take a look at just some cultural differences between food in the US and Europe. A lot of UK stuff. It seems like they're on their content game on TikTok. But let's hop into it and see what we got going on. Watch me be radicalized to hate the American food system in real time. It says, the first time I've ever eaten bread made with freshly milled flour. You can taste the difference. Yeah, freshly milled flour. I mean, my wife buys like that milled flour, no crap in it. Anyway, let's see her reaction to it. She's being radicalized, you guys.
Is this what it feels like to be radicalized? I'm actually being dead serious right now because this is the first time in my life that I've ever eaten anything that is fresh milled. And I kept hearing about like fresh milled like tastes so much better, it tastes real, it has all these benefits, it has like all these nutrients, vitamins and minerals and all these great things. And this genuinely tastes so good. It's genuinely really, really good. But that makes me really upset. Like I'm actually...
Yeah. I was going to say, if you've been radicalized, you're going to get very angry.
I'm not even kidding, I'm actually upset right now because why are we fed crap in America? And why are we okay with this? Like, why are we fed this bread that tastes like chemicals, that's this white fluff that has no nutritional value, that doesn't taste like anything, when we could be eating this, when we could be eating something that's real, that's fresh, that has built-in fiber and nutrients and everything. And this is exactly what it feels like as an American when you go to Europe and you're eating like a strawberry and it actually tastes like what a strawberry should taste like, and it doesn't taste like chemicals and like garbage. And I don't understand why.
It's not white on the inside.
Why are Americans not allowed to have good food and fresh food and high quality food at an affordable price?
That's the key point right there. At an affordable price. You guys really do have it. You guys are very lucky. You got it really good over there, all right? And I don't say that, you know, I'm being dead serious. You guys got it good. All right, don't eat a real vine ripened tomato that's warm from the sun then. You'll fly into a rage. Oh gosh, it's hilarious. I just feel bad for so many people that like are just eating garbage. I grew up, you guys have heard me say this before, I grew up in the mountains with a garden and like ate fresh food constantly. So a lot of it's not new to me, but man, wait, you need to see the video saying the devil invented all-purpose flour. I can't find it though. What the fuck is that? All right, let's keep going.
This is Sour Patch Kids in America, and this is Sour Patch Kids in England. The same exact product, but why do they look so different? Look at the colour of the American one compared to the dull, boring-looking UK one. Looking at the sugar content, the American one has approximately 10 grams more of sugar per 100 grams than the UK one, even though they're meant to be the exact same thing. The American one is actually
from the same
vegan,
company
whereas
as well.
The UK one has gelatin in, which is basically just pig bones grounded up into a paste. So I will not be consuming the UK one. I don't want that in my body. American one, it has yellow 6, red 40, yellow 5, blue 1. Red 40 apparently potentially could cause tumours. Apparently blue 1, which I'm guessing is
And
the blue
cancer.
one, actually has some level of toxicity to it. They're brilliant. The American one, coated in less sugar if you look. I think it's quite disgusting that they can sell it as the same product when they are completely different things. Like, that should not be legal at all. This is Sour...
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I gotta say, though, Sour Patch Kids are really good. I haven't had Sour Patch Kids. Oh, it's been maybe on Halloween when my kids were getting candy on Halloween. I might have snuck a pack then, but they're really good. This is really bad for you as well. So it says Sour Patch Kids in America. All right, I don't know what that photo's for. This is not what American Sour Patch Kids look like. Yeah, the coating is a little, I will say the coating's a little bit off. Usually they are covered with like the sour, coating over it. They're coated with coating, sour coating. All right, let's keep going.
One thing that took me a while to get used to living in London or living out of America that I'm now obsessed with is how quickly food goes bad. So I opened my fridge up this morning and I had got groceries like a week or so ago. My lemon, moldy, which is disgusting, right? And then I will say I've had this cream cheese for like a while, but I opened it this morning. Luckily I had a backup one.
How long's a while?
Mold. Okay, and it's gross and it's disgusting. This would never happen. Literally, I've had this for maybe 2 weeks. The lemon for like a week and a half. That lemon, if I kept it in my fridge, would last a month, if not more. This cream cheese would last like a year, okay? Maybe if you left it...
You guys have no idea how much trouble I got in when my wife a couple of years ago sent me to the store to get cream cheese for the bagels, and I came home with this Philadelphia cream cheese. She's like, what the hell is that? Why would you buy that? Buy the one that I buy, the organic one.
Open in my mold a little bit after like 3 months, 6 months, years being dramatic.
The crazy part is that you guys can buy the Philadelphia cream cheese that I used to eat when I was younger, and it will go bad, unlike ours, which will, I don't know if she's going to cover it, but it will stay in your fridge for like months. Completely fine.
You could have this for a long time and it not look like that.
Yeah.
So at first you're like, ew, this is annoying, this is frustrating, I have to buy more. And then you realize the reason that your food doesn't mold in America is the chemicals, the preservatives, the toxins, the ingredients. And I would so much rather have moldy food and have to go out and buy more or use it quickly than have food that has chemicals and pesticides in it and preservatives. I'm just very grateful for this little London life of mine. Even though food is very expensive, groceries are very expensive. They're more expensive in the cities I lived in America, but they are very expensive, but it makes me really happy. And it's nice that like when you go shop here, you don't shop for a month at a time. You know, even though there's Costco here, I will not.
Nobody shops for a month at a time. Let's be honest.
It's like, it's nice to walk up the street and go to your local grocery store. And I've really found like the love and harmony and serendipitousness, is that a word? In going to like my local grocery store over M&S, Waitrose, Sainsbury's. Obviously for like big things, you might need to do that. But it's nice to like go for a walk in the morning, get a matcha, stroll down these beautiful British brick-filled architecturally aesthetic streets and get your groceries once a week, multiple times a week. Like, I love it. I just love it here. And yeah, I'm gonna put these in the bin right now.
All right. Good video, bad hair. Damn! I don't know what it is with some of these women doing like going bald. I know I might get some hate for that, but I like my women with long hair. I beg your pardon, a year for Philadelphia that's been opened. It's cheese. A fresh dairy product lasting months is insane. Yeah. Or we have like a bagged cheese that a lot of people will buy, and that stuff can last literally forever. You can pull it out, like the shredded cheese, and look at it and see the coating over it, like this white paste stuff.
I've been living in America for 1 month now. I did a video recently of 5 food things that I think America does better than the UK. But here are 5 food things that I think America does worse than the UK. Bread in America is just rubbish.
Bread.
It's full of so
Running
much
theme for the
nonsense
video
that
today.
doesn't need to be in there. I work in a market and we sell sourdough and fresh bread. which just has simple ingredients, you know, salt, flour, water, yeast. And people are shocked. Yeah. They're obsessed with it. They stockpile this stuff to bring back to the mainland because they don't have it where they live. This girl who I live with, and she was like, it's crazy because it goes off in like 3 days. And I was like, that's just normal bread. But they don't associate that with normal bread. The second one is eggs. I know this is because of like legal food rules, and in the US they chlorinate their eggs or bleach them to make them cleaner. So in general they feel a bit less fresh. They're a lot smaller. They have way more yellow yolks rather than like orangey and like rich. That's what it is. The eggs in the US are just flavorless, and obviously they're way more expensive, which is just ridiculous because you're paying more for worse product. The third thing I have on here is peanut butter. Again, it's ingredients. Most of the peanut butters here have some sort of palm oil, seed oil, preservative stuff in. You don't often find peanut butter which is just peanuts. And similarly, the selection is just lacking. In the UK there's so many great natural peanut butter brands, and they do almond butters, cashew, different flavors, crunchy, dark roasted, all that. Here it's just like Skippy, even ones that are labeled.
Yeah, okay, I'll be honest with you, I don't eat peanut butter too often. Very, very rarely. Usually just in like a dessert, some, you know, if it's like an ice cream with peanut butter in it. But the Skippy peanut butter, the kind that she's talking about, it does taste very good. I think they add sugar to it. So we buy the peanut butter. I don't eat too much peanut butter anymore, but like my wife will buy what she's talking about, where it's like the actual just smashed up peanut butters. On the front of it, it says 100% peanuts. And you know when you have to like mix it and it's got like the oil, it just does not hit the same. And I hate that. I hate that for myself, that the real peanut butter I'm not a big a fan of, as like the horrible stuff with all the preservatives and sugar and chemicals. Just had to say that really quick.
Natural still have palm oil in. I actually don't even think you can use palm oil in UK anymore. I feel like that's illegal. Someone tell me if it's not. The fourth thing is cheese. It's just flavorless here. They're obsessed with Swiss cheese, obviously American cheese, just white rubbery cheese. That's how I would describe it. You know how cheese laws, I think it's laws, if cheese is called Stilton, it has to be from Stilton, I'm pretty sure, because a lot of their cheese is US made. So it has to be like just called cow soft cheese. That's why you look at the cheese shelf and I'm just like, what am I getting? I don't know. And then the final...
We have 2 cheese aisles in most of our grocery stores. We have the cheese aisle, like I said before, same with the bread aisle. You have a bread aisle and a cheese aisle that most people shop from because it's affordable, cheap cheese. And then you have another cheese aisle where the artesian cheeses are. And that's where we get like our imported cheeses, the really, really solid, expensive, because you can buy the cheap cheese, that your American style cheese, you can buy that for $3 for an entire block of it. To where if you go over to the other section, it's on the complete opposite side of the store, mind you. Like the bad cheese is in the back where all the cheeses are lined up. And then the special cheeses are over by the deli on this little circular. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And yeah, like $3 for a block of cheese for the horrible one. And then if you want to go buy good cheese, you're gonna spend like $15 for a much smaller block. So people buy the cheap stuff because not a lot of people want to spend money on good quality food. So that's where you get that like 85% of the people are eating this horrible crap. Honestly, I'm getting radicalized a little bit. It's making...
One is crisps. They have a great wide range of chips here, let me tell you. I feel like in the UK, brands like Tyrrell's, Kettle Chips, Walker's, they're all like more experimental, adventurous. And here you'll just get a lot more immature flavors, I would describe it. Like dill pickle. They kind of lean more towards artificial tasting flavors, like extra cheesy or like hot and spicy, like extra hot cheese with less variety and like savory complexity.
All right, good video. Someone says chocolate in the US is horrible as well. I can confirm the chocolate that I've had Norwegian chocolate and I've had Swedish chocolate, and so much better. So much better. Oh my dear God. I don't know though. We have a couple of good chocolate brands. They're just, again, extremely expensive. Everyone, Americans eat so much sugar. Germans. What is that?
Der Sommer lacht. Ich zieh mein kurzes Kleidchen an.
Super Dickmans. What is this? You just put it on bread? Is it like chocolate with like a... I don't want to say a marshmallow. Like immediately my mind goes to marshmallow, but it's definitely not marshmallow. Kind of just like a cream.
Die Sonne scheint. Der
Honestly, that looks pretty damn good. Someone says those are called what? Australia, we put butter and hundreds and thousands on bread. We call it fairy bread.
Is the Italian food in New York City better than the Italian food in Italy?
It's completely different. They don't look anything alike.
Can you get better Italian food in New York than you can in Italy?
Holy Scheiße. Okay, if nobody has shown them already, do not show the Italians. They will lose their freaking minds. Plus, you know, if you have been to Italy, you know that all Italian food is better than all American food, really. Somebody's cousin Giuseppe, who knows Marco, because everybody knows Marco, surely, from Italy, can cook up a better pasta dish in his greasy, sweaty, afternoon day job than your Michelin star chefs in New York. Yeah, also the
Matthias, come on. I could guarantee that the Italian food is much better in Italy than it probably is in New York, but there's no way that Marco is cooking better food than a Michelin star chef. That's a stretch. That's a stretch, Matthias.
Gelato. Have you had Italian gelato? It is too good. Yeah, that's why we must restrict ourselves to only eating it 11 of the 12 months in the year. We need a month off. And yeah, I don't mean to invoke old Germanic-Italian relations, as that is dangerous, we know. But yeah, there is no way that your New York eateries, which are incredibly hard to find, by the way. New York is a strange city for eating, are any better than any restaurant you find walking down the street in, Napoli, Milan, Venice, Rome, Florence, and there are many more places that are smaller. Go to Sicily or eat Sicilian food. Yeah, you're missing out, Americans, if you think your food is better than the other places in the world. Yeah, they go on to talk about how, the little old ladies in Italy are cooking better meals than the little old ladies in America. But let me point out to you that across the board, even with Italians eating out, also they are living far longer than the Americans, so they are doing something with their food. I hesitate to tell you that your food is killing you, America. But the statistics, also the healthcare. I don't write the rules. This is the truth. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
I fucking love him so much. Matthias, if you ever see this, please reach out to me, dude. I would love to talk to you. Hilarious. Italian living in Italy here. I prefer not to comment on that video. I don't want to be banned from this app. Look, guys, there is good food in America, all right? There's very good food. There's a difference between the horrible processed food that you get down at the grocery store compared to eating at like an upscale restaurant in New York. I don't think I need to clarify that. I'm sure you guys understand that there's amazing food in New York. As a Brit who has eaten Italian across both Italy and NYC, they don't come close. Italy wipes the floor mainly because the quality of ingredients are far superior than anything you can get in the US. Valid point. Valid point.
Down here who was like, I eat 2 to 3 whole fish a day, like not fillets. And people are like, why don't you eat fillets? Because it's easier. I agree, why wouldn't you eat the whole fish? When I was living in Italy, one of the first meals I had was just an entire fish on a plate with the eyes. And if you eat fish in Italy, it's always going to have the entire fish. They don't have fillets there, unless you're...
I don't think I've ever eaten like an entire fish like that on a plate. Maybe when I was in Mexico, or I've been with somebody who ordered it at like a Mexican restaurant. But yeah, we don't do that too often. I would do it though. I would eat fish like that. I'm not really weirded out by it. It's just we don't cook fish like that. We do cook the fillets.
And eating whole fish is really common in an Asian household, so I wasn't really put off by it. But he said that when they had hosted other Americans, that they didn't know how to eat the fish. Like they were kind of grossed up at the eyes and there are too many bones. And then he was like, you guys are the weird ones because you need to be able to see the entire fish to know what you're eating. You need to see like how fresh the fish is by the color of its eyes. And there's something to be said about how we've manufactured
by the color of its eyes?
To be so far removed from the animal that we're eating. Because we're still eating the animal. It's just that we don't want to associate the animal to the food. And the funny thing is, he actually said that chicken nuggets were the weirdest things that he had encountered in the US. Because he was like, what the heck is a chicken nugget? There was a creator on here who was like...
A chicken nugget. Alright, I eat fish right off the tree like God intended. Yeah, I just pull it out of the water and just bite straight into it. You haven't had a fish bone caught in your throat. I will never eat a whole fish again. I've never eaten a whole fish, but I've gotten a fish bone caught in my throat before, so it happens regardless.
Reacting to different food between the UK and US.
Here we have sweet potato casserole.
What
You'll
is on
find this
that?
a lot for Thanksgiving.
Who's putting marshmallows and cinnamon on your
Oh
baked
god, it's so gross. I hate fish. I hate it so much. My Nana used to love this meal, would make it every Thanksgiving, and like just her and my mom would eat it.
It's sweet. It's like a dessert.
So many calories, like what's going on?
It's
America!
Now here we have the traditional s'mores.
S'mores,
That looks
bomb.
Do it on a campfire, marshmallow, chocolate graham cracker.
Everyone's favourite, beans on toast. You have them hot or cold?
Cold beans?
Hot or cold? I didn't know. You guys eat British. You guys eat beans on toast cold? I thought it was a hot
Like a
dish.
snack.
Like a breakfast food, so you have it in the morning.
Breakfast. I'll pass. Tater tot.
Wow, these are my favourite. These are so nice. They're like little hash browns, just as like little balls.
Yeah, they're literally small hash browns.
Wow, fish
Yeah,
and
tater
chips.
tots are
I
good.
thought it was chicken. I was gonna say Zaxby's. I can get behind that. That looks good. This little tartar sauce.
Little tart sauce,
Little
yeah.
tartar sauce.
Okay, you're hungry, you want a little snack at
Whoa.
night. Pork pie.
Oh.
You can have a hot or cold.
Wait, it looks like
Why is everything hot or cold? With I'm definitely not eating that cold. You gotta eat that hot. A pork pie, it's probably really good. I don't know though. It doesn't look
fossil.
that appealing.
that looks ancient. It looks like it's rotting grits. I hate grits, but
Oh, grits
I
are
don't
like
like grits.
disgusting. It's just like blended corn. Like,
They're
Yeah.
gross. I have a feeling the pork pie has more calories than the sweet potato casserole. No way.
I've heard you Americans talking about these Honeycrisp apples before, and I'm like, how good can they be? But I think that there must be sugar on the outside because these are unreal. They're like a mix
Honeycrisp
between
apples are very good.
Pink Lady and a Gala apple, and they're like a wee sweetie. Mmm.
If she's in America, did you take the fruit and soak it? I think it's vinegar, right? I think my wife uses vinegar. Soaks all of our vegetables in that first. The organic vegetables. All right. The Honeycrisp was developed by the University of Minnesota. They have saved hundreds of varieties of apples from heritage trees. It's not a GMO. Thanks. America has insane apple culture. Tons of local growers and quite a few universities have apple breeding programs where they create new varieties to put on the market. Yeah, do you guys not have like a crazy amount of apples? We do. That comment was very accurate. A ton of apples. Usually I would say there's at least 10 different apples when you go to the store.
You guys eat this? This is a thing? This is atrocious.
It's a cucumber sandwich. It's butter.
Oh, butter. Just for like when you're broke.
We don't eat it regularly.
This guy kind of bugs me. MGK. He did one good song with NF. Honestly, I didn't really even like his verse, but it's NF.
But
all
it's
right.
like high society sandwich.
Cucumbers
this is for
on
rich
bread.
people. Boy, are you guys misusing your money? This is, oh my God. This is something like, if I was broke, I'd be like, I guess I'll just put some butter and some cucumbers on this motherfucker and call it a day. How would I improve that? Like this. This is the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Don't you guys want this in your life? It's so wholesome.
Dare I ask, who gets the point?
Oh, fam, you lost that one.
All right. Real cucumber sandwiches are cream cheese and cucumber. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember. Who is it? The Swedish do something like that, right, too, as well. Cucumbers, bread, cream cheese. Am I right on that? Let me know in the comments below.
You feel so much better eating carbs in Europe versus the US is not just because you're walking more. The way these carbs are produced are completely different from a basic farming level. The US allows 30 parts per million of glyphosate residue on wheat, while the EU allows just a third of that. In the US, pre-harvest desiccation remains common practice, while the EU bans it.
What?
While the EU allows just a third of that. In the US, pre-harvest desiccation remains
pre-harvest desiccation. Never heard of that.
Common
before.
practice, while the EU bans this. And it's not just the farming, it's also how they're processed. The US pushes industrial carbs through 1 to 2 hour processing with added gluten, sugar, and conditioners, while the EU uses long fermented 12 to 48 hours, which reduces gut irritants. You can also see this difference pretty quickly when you buy a grocery store bread in the US, and it can take sometimes months to go bad, while in Europe this is days to just weeks. It's not a mystery that you feel better in the system where the carbs are less processed, more fermented, and don't have all these crazy additives. Especially the things you can't see on an ingredient label in the US, like the high glyphosate usage. And while we can't control things like drift, we can.
You know what's wild is that they use glyphosate. I used to own a landscape company, and when I had to completely kill off like a lawn to put in a new lawn, we would use glyphosate to kill everything. Obviously, like a higher concentrate of glyphosate, and it's just wild that that's stuff they put on
Buy
food.
from organic, local artisan bakers. Getting local baked goods, producing it the European way is the closest we can get to mimicking how we feel on carbs in Europe versus in the US.
I love how what was it? We checked out the kind of your guys' garden bowl down in, I think it was Spain. I'm pretty sure it was Spain, where all of the greenhouses, and they use lots of bugs to get rid of the other bugs that are eating the plants or the vegetables, whereas we just spray glyphosate. I've told people so many times that I ate tons of carbs, felt fine, lost weight, and was not swollen in the least. Everyone says it's because I walked more, except for the fact that I didn't.
We're at 7-Eleven. This is the pinnacle of the United States. I'm very certain they have a picture of that 7 on Mount Rushmore. 7-Eleven like single-handedly gives America 20% diabetes. Especially with these yachts. You have a big gulp. I don't think the Irish mind can conceptualize how big these cups are. Like $1.79 for an extra large big gulp. It costs more for...
That's not even the biggest one. They have like jugs. You'll see these massive dudes going to 7-Eleven. I'm talking like 400-pound, 500-pound dudes, and they have these. It's like a gallon, and they will go fill the entire thing up with soda at 7-Eleven. It's fucking insane.
500 milliliters of water than this, and it's pure sugar. The mug root beer. Mug root beer. As I don't give a single fuck about the turtles in the steak, so everything's plastic. It's very unsettling how close the windshield wash is to all these drinks. Especially because they all look the same. Bit of beef jerky straight off the fucking arse of the cow.
I hate this beef jerky.
I'm also going to get the cosmic brownie because I've heard a lot of great things. Little Deborah has been going fucking apeshit in the kitchen.
I just
what
make
I
my
heard.
own beef
There's also
jerky.
these like
So
pills.
easy.
I'm not taking them. I don't know. They give you a horn like a fucking rhino is what I heard. Nicotine vapes are also banned here, so there's more snus behind the counter at a finished wedding. Now I think the piece of resistance is whatever the fuck is in them rolly things. I don't know what they are. I think they're meant to be like hot dogs, but
Every time you eat one of these, it shaves off about 2 weeks off your life.
you don't fucking look at it. You don't know how long that's been sitting there, lads. Like, who was eating that? Could I get them and could I get a hot dog too?
Yeah, sure. The hot dogs are self-serve, so...
All right. Okay, right. Thank you. Warm buns. Sorry, lad. You're out warm buns. Thank you very much. So I've
A
got
lot
the most
different than
American
the
meal
hot dog
I could
machine that we
possibly
saw in
think of.
Poland.
So we're going to do a taste test and see if my Irish taste buds can at all handle this. First up is this fine dog. Is that the worst dog I've seen since Goofy?
Bro, you don't put anything on the hot dog? You gotta at least put some mustard and ketchup, at least.
Behind the camera playing. Okay.
Relish and
Yeah.
onions if you got it. It's not, this is so bad. it's
very salty. I think it's
that hot dog has probably been sitting on there for like 7 hours.
rolling there for probably the last 4 fucking years. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not a fucking fan. I'm washing it down with another delightful beverage. A root beer. Slide chat.
Root beer's good. If you don't like root beer,
Fucking
though,
disgusting. Who actually drinks this shit, man? Just like
that's weird. Yeah, you don't order a root beer unless you like
you brush your teeth and drink Coke. Fucking dirt. Little Deborah's gonna pull it out of the bag now with her cosmic brownies.
He picked like the worst food.
Mindy,
you could
did you know? Slant chat. Not fucking brownie at all. Tastes like undercooked brownie mix. Enjoy this video and you want to see more of this type of stuff? Drop a like and a follow. So the most American meal to exist, straight from 7-Eleven. 2 out of 10. I will not be finishing any of this, and it will be... You'll be going in the bin straight away because it's fucking dirt.
That's hilarious. No condiments on the 7-Eleven hot dog is insane. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Christ, an American. He didn't get any ice. All right, we got a couple more.
To compare to the U.S. cheddar. Here is the U.S. Get a good shot of me cutting the cheese. Wah, wah. Visually, we can already see the difference. Ours is looking a little more orange. Theirs is looking more pale. Let's give it a taste. I mean, the taste of this, it's a mild cheddar, but definitely has a nice flavor, a full-bodied flavor, I'll say. Now this one, this cheese is letting me know what's up. Earthier flavor. Wow, this is really good. It just feels like this isn't fact, that this was something that was processed and made to have this very uniform consistency, where this feels like it's more of a natural product, and therefore
it looks so
is a little
much
bit
better.
crumblier than this one. Does that make sense?
Each country has its own way of grading the strength or the sharpness of a cheese. Take these cheddar cheeses from Sainsbury's. Each cheese is assigned a number score to indicate how strong the flavour is. The higher the number, the stronger the cheese. As a general rule, cheeses get stronger the longer you leave them to age. A mild cheddar may only have been aged for a couple of months, whereas an extra mature cheddar could go for as long as 2 years. As cheeses age, more and more moisture evaporates from them, which concentrates the flavour. The lactose in the cheese also continues to break down into more and more lactic acid, which produces that tangy sharpness that you get at this end of the scale. The mildest cheddar in the UK generally gets a number 1. There isn't usually a 2 score when it comes to cheddar in the UK. So here we have number 3, which is medium, number 4, which is mature, and then from there we move into the extra mature realms. So we have number 5, extra mature, and then I even found a 6. This one's just referred to as a vintage rather than extra mature.
In the US, we have a scale that goes something like this. For cheddar, for instance, we have mild, medium, sharp, and extra sharp. Sharp cheddar is usually aged 6 to 8 months, and extra sharp cheddar has a minimum age of about 12 to 15 months. The flavor is determined by the aging of the cheese. Now, there is no USDA rule about what age correlates to what level of sharpness, so it is up to the producers to decide.
Somebody says cutting into American cheddar looks like cutting into a car tire. Why is American food always bright of color? I don't think they put food coloring in cheese. I could be wrong, though. I would not be surprised if they do.
This is a work of art. This is bullshit.
Oh, God. Don't do this to me. I make gravy that looks exactly like this, and it's delicious.
This is a work of art.
That looks really good.
This is bullshit.
Come on! Pigs in blanket? They're delicious.
This is a work of art.
First of all, what the hell is that? Is that chocolate over it?
Art. But this is bullshit.
Again, dude, those biscuits look really good. I'm American, you guys. I'm sorry. His comment says no offense to any Americans. I got it. All right, last one.
I'm in Washington, D.C., right? And any British person that says, I finally get Americans when they say that the food in London, they complain about the food in London. I get it.
Oh, you're at
And then
Chick-fil-A.
British people are like, oh, you just haven't ate the right places.
I can tell by
promise you,
those
anyone that
fries.
says that, you haven't been to America. Food here is different. I understand why they're depressed when they come to our country. I'm sorry. I've born and raised in London, yeah? Every single, from white food to ethnic food, every single thing. Sorry, food is theirs. Because they have a different oil. And I'm pretty sure that oil is illegal in most countries. Oh, yeah. It's illegal. Food is good. That's why the food is good here, but at what cost? Because what I'm hearing about oil
100%
has been
yeah,
illegal
Chick-fil-A.
in other countries. At what cost? Anyway, that's my review.
All right, I swear to God, I didn't pick the one where we were giving positive light on American food. I didn't pick that last, all right? Just kind of came across. All right, mind you, she's just eating a waffle fry. Babe, it's not the oil. We use seasoning more consistently. I have heard that, not in Europe in general, like European countries, but I've heard that the British just don't like seasoning. Let me know if that's true or not. We died from diabetes and heart disease, but at least we eat good. This is the most fucking American thing somebody's ever written in their life. All right, I've had enough. I'm done. I can't do anymore. Appreciate you guys watching. If you had fun, give the video a like on your way out. Subscribe, stick around, and comment. Do all the YouTube stuff. You guys know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.